Yeah, never mind. We got it right. We're live now. We are live. Yeah, we are. Welcome. Black Screen episode. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Black Screen episode 12. I almost got the name wrong for my own podcast. Wow. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the latest episode of Black Screen. This is your host, the blackest of all Roonies. And today we are joined by the two people here that spend way too much gambling. They spend more time gambling here than they spend more time gambling out there than spending it here. We got CGF movies and Zimzilla 99. 17 Black. Let it ride. Oh, you've seen it. You've seen it. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. People are gonna be so confused. They don't know where I'm talking about. So yeah. So topic. We're jumping into it immediately. We got no prep time, no foreplay, none of that. We're going in raw. I don't care if we get carpet burn. We're going in raw. So.
Good lord. Good lord.
Hey, I'll risk it. That's what the foreskin is for. It's for protection. It serves as a little bit of a barrier, if you will. You would know if you had one. See? You don't let them take it from you. That's law. The law of man. You never let them take your foreskin. Anyway.
Look at hell.
Anyway,
Took that from me. Stole that from me. Cut that from me.
you guys seen the meme where it's like the anime girl and it's like touching the circumcision scar? I'm sorry I wasn't there to save you.
Oh my god. What are we doing?
I'm sorry I didn't get to save you.
I'm dead.
That is what happens when you cut it off. That is what happens. Anyway, so -0 is a movie that is coming out this year. I thought it was next year, but no, it's this year.
It is this year, yeah.
Yeah. It's a movie. It's certainly a film, and
It'll be the movie of all time. I see
Godzillion.
Yamazaki is going for round 2 at the Oscars.
Yes, he's going to earn $1 gazillion at the box office internationally. Win all the Oscars.
Total Godzilla victory.
Yeah, true. So overall thoughts on this trailer. I'm gonna start and then going from left to right, and then we can start speculating or just talking about -1 and how it relates to this one. That's just the main topic here. So my thoughts on this trailer. I see a lot of improvement, particularly with the visuals. I know that the animation, Godzilla's walking cycle was a big point of contention, but when I saw him rise from the boat, he looks really, really good, not just in texture, but also just in movement. The music is coming back, which is good. I like Naoki Sato's score, even though I kind of wish that he had more original, action-focused music, other than just the one from Odo Island and Divine and the other variation of Divine. I wish and the ending theme.
Well,
but
he also has Resolution too.
Resolution. I like Resolution, but that's more montagey, which is good. I like Resolution. But it's used as a montage rather than but I wish we got more original tracks than just those tiny ambient tracks and, well, not tiny, but ambient tracks and the original Godzilla themes. I like it when directors and composers innovate with Godzilla's main theme. Not like Junkie XL, that was not innovation. But yeah. I like it when they do that. And that's something that I like to see in I liked hearing in 2014, for example. Alexander Desplat, wonderful composer. He did Grand Budapest Hotel, and it has one of my favorite soundtracks ever. And yeah, the soundtrack sounds like it's gonna be as good as it was in -1. as for the actual story, we don't actually have much because this is a teaser, obviously. But we can make a lot of inferences. For starters, we have the fact that America's getting more involved with the story, which is something was actually a criticism that was had for -1, where it wouldn't be realistic that America would not get involved in the in the arrival of
Yeah,
Godzilla.
yeah. You really mean to tell me they're going to be preoccupied with the Soviets over a giant freaking monster that just destroyed a city? Hell no.
Nukes the city too, and I think.
I
See,
think it's also the fact too that like generally when it comes to Cold War era like media, there is a desire to have parity between the US and the Soviets when in hindsight if you look at it, it doesn't there is that parity wasn't as strong as people like to make it seem.
hmm and
So like oftentimes plot points like that is like, oh, we don't want to like risk causing like an escalation of tensions, but if you really like go down the rabbit hole,
they do.
it probably wouldn't have happened what people think.
Um, and I would also say, that I think that if the U.S. found out that this creature has nuclear capabilities, because we do see after the aftermath in Ginza that they do use Geiger counters to measure the radiation of the surrounding area, and the Geiger counters do pick it up. If Americans found out that, oh well, actually Godzilla is radioactive and he produced a nuke from his mouth, I think that would turn a lot of heads. So my theory is that that is what incites the U.S. to become more involved, because now you have a creature that has a nuke in its mouth. So
I
yeah,
also think that's like what they're. I also think that's like kind of like they're backtracking a little bit with this because like in the trailer, I mean we'll get to it obviously, but like in the trailer they do show like black and white footage of like the U.S. bomber. So like it's an indication like the U.S. was actually involved, even though we didn't see that in the previous film.
oh yeah,
Well,
we
I don't
do
think
get
it's
a
that they're
shot of the
involved. It's
plane.
that they were like when they pulled out, it clearly wasn't them actually pulling out. It's essentially them saving face and then allowing to work more clandestine. Like,
Right. Yeah, like a what do you call it? Uh,
The name False Flag
safe.
comes to mind, but it's
Yeah,
definitely not False Flag. I think it's
yeah. It's like a safeguard or type of thing.
mhm.
Last resort type of deal that they didn't have to do.
uh, we do see a bomb, a plane flying over the remains of Godzilla. We do see that. Like we see black and white footage of that. Yeah. So
Hmm.
that's one thing. I am interested in the historical context behind the U.S. and Japan relations in 1949, and how this would realistically affect pretty much everything, considering the attack of Godzilla and how Japan managed to defeat it, because they'd want to know how that happened, especially because they've already been aware that Godzilla is a thing. I mean, Godzilla has been interfering with some of their operations, from what I remember in -1. That the U.S. did encounter Godzilla for a brief moment. They did manage to take some pictures, but they decided to not get involved and just, yeah, Japan, just do your thing. Japan, just go Megazord or something. I don't know. It's Japan in time. Go do that. Shoo. We don't want issues with the Russians, so shoo, go away. Go. We don't want Daddy Stalin to spank us. And
My God.
it. I wonder because we also hear in the trailer, at the very beginning, like we might get to use it. I'm assuming that it is most likely a weapon of some kind. I have
Probably a
two
nuke.
Yeah, I have two theories. It's either a nuke or an oxygen destroyer. And I say oxygen destroyer because of the meta. I don't actually have any evidence for it, but it is a possibility that they could be using an oxygen destroyer. But the most
You're,
likely
predi-
option, I think, would be a
you're
nuke.
predicting it for the name of the game, basically.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it would. harken back to the MonsterVerse when they try to introduce the Oxygen Destroyer in the second movie, like in the sequel to the first Godzilla movie, and so and having another monster here on top of that too.
I
But
think like it's probably not the Oxygen Destroyer. More than likely, it is another nuke. Since in this case, obviously at the end of the trailer, we see Godzilla next to the Statue of Liberty, and Yamazaki has directly referenced that 54 and Shin are two films that he's pointed to a lot in terms of his influence on how he wants to interpret Godzilla. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's just another nuke to harken back to, I think, just the conversations that Japan's been having with its live action Godzilla, since there was the whole thing about America would have used a nuke on New York were Godzilla to appear there. So I wonder if that has any like
yeah,
correlation.
I would
Dropping a bomb
prefer
for
if it wasn't the
dropping a
Oxygen
bomb
Destroyer.
dropping a bomb for the greater good, but the real question is, do you do it on your own homeland? I feel like that might be a little message going on in the movie.
Yeah.
I would be interested. That would be interesting though, because if the answer is yes, then like if the U.S. doubles down and goes, yes, we will actually nuke our own home turf if it means saving the world. Like if the answer to that question is yes, like what do you even do from there? Where does this discussion go from there? That's something I'm interested in exploring.
Yeah. Because I know at least in like other Godzilla material, at least recently, with the Polygon books that preceded the anime trilogy, that's what they end up doing in that as well. So
Yeah.
it seems to be at least that's a very huge topic of not contention, I guess, like a big discussion topic in Godzilla recently.
I mean, if you look at like real world, you know, wars right now, I mean, the current war that we're in, if we look at that as like a thing to point to, could you imagine, for example, that Iran had their own Godzilla and they sent their Godzilla to us? I mean, if he made landfall in California, for example, don't you? I think it would be highly likely that if they felt it necessary, they would absolutely nuke California. And on top of that, that people would celebrate because no one likes California. But
Oh, well, I was about to say, wait,
Wouldn't that be
that we
a
just have to
good
do it
thing?
anyway. Yeah, we don't even need Godzilla to be there for it to happen. Just do it.
yeah, just nuke California. Who? Listen, I have like
That old
two
shithole.
friends. I have like two friends that live in California, and I care. I mean, I love them both. I don't love them both equally, but
I don't like them both equally.
no,
I hate you equally.
no. One of them is one of the most based women I've ever met in my entire life. So like, no, save her. And then the other guy that lives in California, I could take him or leave him, but I can take him or leave him.
In a fight, right?
Sure. In a fight, yeah, sure. In a fight. So if you know California, nothing of value is lost. Nothing of value is lost. So you don't have any excuse. But if Godzilla were to appear, oh well, we now have an excuse to nuke California. So yeah, no, go do it. Do it. No. You know that song that I think it was Ben Affleck's song that was like, "You're gonna miss me when I'm gone." It's the opposite for that. I won't miss you when you're gone. That one, because California sucks. Either that, or New York.
It's a shit. It's a shithole. So
Yeah, and it's where Hollywood is, the root of all evil, like modern day Babylon. So
Babylon's a burning.
yeah.
Babylon's a burning.
Oh, there's a
But
song.
one thing I was thinking of too, speaking of the about nuke in America and stuff like that, with how America treated like nuclear weapons around that time. This wasn't like a hard and fast rule or anything, but there was a greater desire to integrate nuclear weapons into conventional war. So there was a lot of desire to have like essentially mop up operations like right after nuclear strikes. So it would be interesting if they tie some of that history into how the US plans to contend with Godzilla if they do nuke them on domestic soil. Although I'd be surprised if they don't.
It would also because I don't know if because we see Godzilla having like a completely different form that's in the trailer, which I do like. I don't know if like from a character design standpoint it would be like, the best choice to go with, but I'm not into character design, so I wouldn't know. But I
I think it's an
personally,
awesome choice. It's an evolved version, so I think it works.
Yeah, like
I like
overall,
it.
from there's not much we can see. The only thing I don't like is just the shoulder spikes. Those are probably the only two things they feel really unnecessary, especially since like the spines on his back seem even bigger. I feel like you're already getting across the fact that um, Godzilla is either stronger or just bigger without the addition of those, and they just don't feel as integrated as like previous designs we've seen that have incorporated something similar.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks muscular too. Like the placement of the arms. I don't know if it's because like the articulation of the shoulders lets him like you know position his arms that way, or if it's just like the shoulders moved and now he looks a lot more humanoid than before. But the placement of the arms is different from before. They definitely look longer.
I
So
don't think the placement's different. I think he's literally just bulkier.
oh,
Like he looks bigger.
a muscular Godzilla like from the arms, not just the legs. That is. Do I like that? I don't know. I mean, some animals
Because it,
in the real world, like especially mammals, some mammals can actually look really muscular. If like
like
primates and cheetahs.
because it looks kind of like his like I want to say like his delts and the triceps, that whole upper area looks larger than it had been in the previous film, and you can kind of see because you see the origin technically I assume it's the original form kind of as is walking past the Statue of Liberty, the arms just look skinnier.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking that probably we're just gonna see him kind of bulk up and essentially have more, I guess, Heisei-esque proportions, but more muscularity since you don't have to worry about disguising the human shape with the suit.
Yeah, I don't really like when Godzilla looks. I don't like the idea of Godzilla looking humanoid too much. Kind of takes away from the whole Saurian aspect, I would say. But Godzilla, like having muscle not just in the legs but in the arms too, it's something I
Mhm.
like. I didn't know that I wanted to see until I saw this because there are animals in the real world that, if you look at them close enough, oh my god, they're actually ripped. Like you've seen that image of that chimpanzee that's like
Yeah, the naked chimp.
the naked chimp, but he looks strong as hell. Like he's built. He has strong muscles.
Yeah.
Or the muscles of a cheetah too. Like the really strong cheetahs or the really strong lions, for example, they have really powerful muscles. Even some lizards too actually do develop some thick muscle mass as well. And it's not just like baggy, it's not just baggy
Yeah.
skin. Yeah. That is something I would like to see, a muscular Godzilla, but that still maintains its Saurian, um I guess nature is what you would call it. But yeah, no, I like it. I like seeing Godzilla muscular. I don't know, makes him look a lot more.
Yeah.
It looks different in a good way from the MonsterVerse Godzilla, where he just looks fat.
hmm I was gonna say I'm gonna assign this in the chat right here. Obviously, audience members can't see it because this is like an example of like a reptile that has like a muscular physique for its body type. The difference with Godzilla is that there's more prominent shoulders there, but it still kind of maintains at least something similar to this. So like I'm happy with what we're getting.
Yeah. And I can definitely
Yep.
show it in the chat. Don't you worry. I mean,
hmm
in the stream. Don't you worry about that. I'll get on that. But yeah, no. A muscular Godzilla is, I think, a good idea, especially if you want to differentiate him from the MonsterVerse, because he looks fat. He looks
hmm
morbiously a beast. He's morbiously a beast.
Especially with like King of the Monsters in GVK, and in the show that's going on now, or whatever.
Oh, Monarch.
Yeah, Monarch. Like he's like I'm never a fan of Fat Godzilla. Like it only really ever works. That's why like and I'll say this in my upcoming review. Why I like the GXK design because it's more agile and fit for combat.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. I like the design. I think the design is
Dude, that
pretty
The
looks-
decent.
design is booty cheeks. I'm sorry. Like
Why?
he literally looks like he has a hitched waist. Like
He
I would
looks
say
like no, he looks like he's
one thing I would-
anorexic.
yeah. Cuz like an example right here cuz this
I
kind of
mean-
compares like the normal monsterverse to like evolved kind of. I don't think these are this is an official picture with they hitch up the waist a whole lot, and because of how skinny he is, it looks like he got like liposuction all over his body. But another thing to note too is that where the shoulders placed on MonsterVerse Godzilla, it is technically closer to real reptile anatomy versus how Minus is, where it is actually a more defined humanoid shoulders.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
I mean-
I was
I mean,
I was listening to
I don't
Word.
exactly have a I don't exactly have a problem with it still, purely because like Final Wars exists and like there's yeah.
Yeah, but Final War still had it was still had realistic proportions compared to like relatively realistic from what I remember. Compared to this where he looked like he said I was looking for the word I just did it. I forgot it was liposuction, but that is what it looks like.
Well, with
it looks
Final
like-
Wars, it looks like his body was actually tailored to his proportions, where with MonsterVerse, it looks like pieces of him were just taken out.
yeah, it looked.
Artificially.
You know, there's this animal. I forgot the name. I forgot the name of this animal, but I don't remember if it's a mammal or a reptile that kind of looks like that. It looks like. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of a monster. No, I'm thinking of.
It's a dog. It's a type of dog you're thinking of that has like the similar proportions to Evolved.
Yes, but also I was thinking of this Gamera monster. I forgot the name. It has a knife head. Not yeah,
Giron?
Gamera. Yeah, Giron, that guy. He looks more like he has a similar body proportion, not necessarily length, but proportion.
Like
Yeah.
this animal, like this dog right here, is exactly what Evolved Godzilla's proportions make me think of.
Ah, yes, that one. What's the name of that dog?
You know, I can't say you're wrong for that one.
It's like an
but-
Azawak or whatever.
Yeah.
That's it's a breed from like West Africa.
That sounds like a Star Wars alien name.
Azawak. Tatatunka.
Dima Lashludi. Alien. No. Wrong. The Dune stream was a few days ago, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks. I don't remember. Anyway, point is, it was a few
Oh,
weeks
greyhounds. That's another dog. It looks like a greyhound.
Yeah, that looks accurate. I swear to God, that's a Star Wars nickname. I swear to God, that is a Star Wars. What kind of normal human being would willingly name a dog breed and give it an alien name? If I put that in Star Wars,
Africans.
Zim, you're gonna
A
get me in
Judah.
trouble. You're gonna get me in
Good.
trouble.
Good.
Hey, you're black. You got us covered.
Yeah, I'll take the
What's it
brunt
called?
for you
If
guys.
they ban you, you're they're racist.
Oh
Why would
well,
they ban
yes,
a
no,
black
I
man
am
like that?
Dominican. I get to say it. Ha, screw you. I get privilege. You know how Dominicans be like, me no black, me Dominican. I can just double down. Yeah, I am. You can't say shit.
that moment when you're working retail and you try to talk to one of y'all and you just give us that smile like you don't understand us.
I can, whenever I say something incoherent, I can just backtrack and go, oh well, English is not my first language, which is technically the
No,
truth.
Like there's so many times where it happens and I'm just like, if I see you in the parking lot, it's on site, buddy.
Joe Schmo in chat. Hey yo, what's up? We're talking Big Lizard, the bane of my existence. I have
Your
a
abusive
love,
relationship.
yeah, an abusive relationship. You would think I'd be the top, but no.
I mean,
do.
honestly, the snuff videos that y'all produce is it's peak.
Yeah, let's go. That shit. Anyway, Big Lizard. What's more to say? The anti-gravity stuff. I want to put a pin on the history stuff so that we can talk more about it later. The anti-gravity stuff. Despite this, people will still say, "Oh, it's Anguirus," or "Oh, it's Hedorah."
Gravity and Garrus. Gravity
Yes,
and Garrus.
Gravity and Gears.
Never
Okay.
bet against Gravity and Garrus, baby.
Sim is having some fucking copium moments.
No, it's Gravity and Garrus. I'm sorry.
Gravity
it's
and
Twitter
Gears.
Twitter has convinced me it's Gravity and Garrus.
Twitter. You're gonna get your information from Twitter. How dare you get your movie
Oh,
takes
yes,
from my racism
yes,
app?
Yes, a very reliable source. No, that's Instagram.
No,
My
no, 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 no,
sources,
no,
I
no.
made it up cup.
Instagram is the wait, what's it called? It's the anti-Semite app, and Twitter is just the general racism app. See, because it's like a Discord server.
I don't know.
Twitter is like the general chat, and then Instagram is like the focused chat, from what I've seen.
Yeah, you know what? That makes sense.
Yeah, I think there's both, but it's more general.
It's all
Twitter.
your algorithms that you see. So
Yeah, because like I've seen Armenians take shots. I've seen English people take shots, and you guys seen the image of like Browns in London, like the team of the football team of the Browns in London, and everybody was like, they were there before the team got there.
Oh yeah.
That was crazy. I completely forgot. As they
Rest in peace, London.
As they say in London, Allahu Akbar.
Shivity, shivity, shiv, shiv.
Come on, the guy in the chat. Come on, guys. It's clearly Mecha King Ghidorah.
Mecha King Ghidorah.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah,
we have the technology.
We can rebuild him stronger. But yeah, no, it's definitely Gravity and Garrus. I'm sorry. The memes in Twitter proved me correct. My uncle's father's brother sister works at Toho, and John Toho told him.
I'll just be disappointed.
John Toho.
Yeah, John Toho.
No, I just had this. This just came into my mind. So, what if Ghidorah was turned into Mecha King Ghidorah by the Adeptus Mechanicus? How much stronger would he be then?
Ooh. No, because I'm just thinking, I'm like, ooh, make that a Titan in a game of Adeptus Titanicus.
Ooh.
That'd be peak. Ghidorah with Volkite cannons and just all of the powers of a Titan. Although technically he just like literally outscale every single Titan, so it'd essentially be a Castigator all over again.
He'd be too OP.
He'd be way OP.
Yeah. See, it's this compulsion that people have whenever they introduce a Godzilla monster into any other piece of fiction that's like a crossover. They just need to make him overpowered because none of them can. That weird convention Toho has, like, my monsters are not allowed to lose. Okay.
I don't think that's like that's not like people assume that's a rule. That's not a rule. It just sort of that just is the thing with crossovers.
Is it? I thought it was a rule.
Like no, it's not a rule that Godzilla can't lose. Because Godzilla lost like several times in the Marvel crossover.
I didn't know that.
Because Thor and Godzilla killed each other. In the Thor crossover.
Didn't he turn to like the god of the symbiotes recently?
Yeah, Null corrupted him.
Okay.
So I don't know where that story's going right now. I just haven't had the time to follow it.
Yeah, those comics at that point, I just go, yeah, no, that's some bullshit with ink. That's just some bullshit with ink.
I generally just don't really follow like a lot of the crossovers, just anything crossover related. It's like it's fun for a bit, but I'm sure like, eh.
Yeah, I haven't kept up with any of it. Other than Matt Frank is doing some of the art. That's about it.
Is he doing some of the Marvel art? Because I know he's doing the Godzilla versus like things in the US, but not the Marvel stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'm at the. I was thinking the US one. I didn't. Yeah.
Oh, he did a US one.
Yeah, he did. He did a Godzilla versus Texas. Yeah,
Texas. Okay. When
he got.
Oh, go ahead.
He got his Godzilla Neo design cannon. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah. Oh, I heard of that actually. Now that you're talking about that. Also, did anyone do in that series? Did they do Godzilla versus California yet?
Yeah, that was like one of the first ones they did.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, they
Yes.
did it. It was like it came out around the same time the fires across California were happening.
That's funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
just putting icing on the cake, just twisting the knife just a little bit more. Yeah, you're suffering from a wildfire. Yeah, here's Godzilla too. Have fun. Don't
I
die.
think I still haven't read that one yet, but I think literally I think he does cause a wildfire in that. I could be wrong though.
Oh my God, could you imagine if they released a comic during 9/11 where he just tumbles the two twin towers? Like within that same time frame? Like they did that
no,
with the wildfires, but with 9/11
that almost happened technically.
98 or what are you talking about?
Not 98 with 94 before Emmerich took over during that final fight in the Devon script they were going to topple the twin towers.
Oh my God. We were robbed. That would have been funny as hell. That would have been oh my God, that's great. I love that. I missed that. I wish we got that.
It would be probably the same situation as like Spider-Man.
Wait, what about Spider-Man?
In some versions of I forget which movie it is, the twin towers are removed. I think it's the first Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was the first Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
because
forgot about
they
that.
they did a teaser with the twin towers and then had to take it down because
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that.
timing.
I saw that teaser. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I forgot about that. Huh. And I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. I don't
You
know.
just got to show the glorious Gravity and Gearus memes, courtesy of John Toho.
No, but I was looking at the Godzilla Evolve design, and I'm just thinking, well, wouldn't he, if he's this
Back on
skinny,
this.
like, wouldn't he have stretch marks on his chest or something?
Yes.
Don't you understand? It's Hollow Earth. Actually, it's not even Hollow Earth magic. It's literal sun magic.
Yeah. Of course, Adam Wingard. Thanks for that. He was my personal 9/11.
Hit him with the Wingard sauce.
It's funny too because he got two movies, so he toppled two towers. He toppled two of the proverbial towers of my patience. So
I don't care how nice of a person Wingard is. He still made bad movies.
exactly, I argue the same thing with Zack Snyder.
He made the fucking Death Note movie. So yeah.
I
Since
still always forget that he did that.
yeah, it was him. It was him, and Willem Dafoe was real.
I didn't. That movie was fucking
It
awful.
was you. How could you, man?
Oh my! I know which one you're talking. I know which movie you're. I still haven't. I want to watch it. I just want to amass the largest group of people that I can from of my choosing to watch the movie with, because I know specific people that are gonna lose their minds when they watch it if they haven't watched it already. So I just want to watch it with them. Like, but I haven't had the time or the opportunity. I want to watch that movie so. The War of the Worlds one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. That one.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. It's you,
My own son.
my own
What a
son.
fucking movie. What a fucking movie of all time. Thank you, Portless Hub.
Take your intergalactic asses back home. Back home. Oh my! I'm just thinking of that Patrick Stewart clip from The Simpsons movie. I think it was like acting. That one. Just every time Ice Cube opens his mouth in that movie, acting. Anyway, lizard.
Liber.
Godzilla arriving in New York. That's an inspired choice. I think it's an inspired.
That's a lot of fish.
Well, Godzilla hasn't appeared in New York since 1968.
No.
Exactly, yeah.
No.
Put some perspective on my fucking Zilla boy.
No. Total Zilla death. Kill Zillas, destroy Zillas, Bob Zilla homes, kill Zilla babies, throw them into a trash can, throw that
Hashtag
anorexic lizard into the sun.
that scene from
Hashtag
Space
1998's
King
better than King of the
where
Monsters.
that scene in Space Kings where they're throwing the little girls into a volcano. Just throw the Zilla babies in there.
This is him throwing Zilla babies into the.
Godzilla. They find out Godzilla's a girl. Grab the mic. No, girls. Oh, I can't wait for the next. What's taking so long? I want the next episode of Space King to come out already.
Wasn't it supposed to? Weren't they supposed to release one last month? Like I swear that's what their goal was.
Yeah, I think that was their schedule. What happened?
Oh, trust me. The way I see it, I'm just happy with whatever time they do it at. I just want it to be good.
Oh, it's gonna be good. It's guaranteed to be good. I need to. If I could ground up Space King into a fine powder and mix it with water, and so that I can inject it into my veins, I totally would.
Could you imagine Space? Could you imagine Fletch gets for their Space King finale decide to release it in theaters? Huh?
I wish, but there's no chance.
That was a digital circus reference.
That is a stretch.
That is a stretch. No, but see, if in Deadpool and Wolverine they got Blade to say the word retarded, I'm pretty sure they might give it a go if it's popular enough.
I
don't even know how they managed that. How did they get away with that?
You know they said retard in Godzilla '98. That's like one of the
one of the greatest lines of Godzilla history.
No, but like I mean nowadays, because Deadpool and Wolverine was like what 2-3 years ago.
It was 2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, really? That was two. Oh my gosh, I feel.
Yeah, the march of time stops for no one.
Oh my gosh.
So like Blade just said the word retarded, and I was so happy. I was ready to drop every single problem I had with the movie, but then the movie kept going.
Well, did you not see the Naked Gun?
I have not actually. With the Liam Neeson.
No, that's
yeah, they say retard in that one.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. I didn't realize we were saying that these days. They even acknowledge it too. Like, damn.
There's this very specific person I would like to thank for this, but because I'm on YouTube, I can't say it. But his name starts with an H. Thank you to him for allowing this world to return to the point in which we can say retard again. Thank you.
Oh, I see. I know who.
Thank you for letting us, thank you, Lord, for allowing us to say retard again in theaters and in public. That word is fun to say. And I will say it. They destroy the Twin Towers in Armageddon. Do they? I haven't seen Armageddon.
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised, but that would be funny. If it came out after 9/11, that would be funny. Anyway, so Zim, have you seen that one Invincible edit where it's just Mark lactating?
No.
So what?
I'm thinking.
You mean the one where he's jerking off profusely?
I'm thinking Anguirus. Right, it's an edit of Katara from Katara from the last Airbender, where she's doing the same thing but like water bending it. So I'm thinking, okay, what if Anguirus did that but like with his energy, like gravity energy? Just someone just draw a picture of that, or instead of lactating, like airbending, but like pulling it out of his chest, he's like manipulating gravity. It's the same pose, it's the same thing, but it's like it looks like that. It looks like, but it's
just, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm thinking of a meme idea. Meme idea. Okay, let me brainstorm. This is my I'm kidding.
My only reaction to what I've just heard.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking that they should do that. It would be funny. Like, is there a subreddit too? Like, because where I saw that was in like the subreddit Okay Buddy Viltrum, which is where all the crazy Invincible edits come from. Like, Omni-Man depicted as Saturn eating his son, or Invincible using his 21st finger as a bow and his frozen poop as an arrow, so he just shoots it like that. And That's
I
why
have like stayed away from like all of Reddit.
maybe there's like an Okay Buddy Godzilla or something where they would post something like that. I don't know. They would get
Imagine using
Maybe.
Reddit.
the Arkham Batman subreddit treatment for Godzilla. They should do that. It would make the fandom a whole lot more interesting.
I'm dead.
Yeah, they should do that. Anyway, so back on track. No more gravity powers. There's nothing. It's Ghidorah. Anybody that says otherwise is dumb.
It's no,
Gravity
it's
and Geras.
Violante, Mothra.
Gravity and Geras.
Gravity.
Never bet against Gravity and Geras.
I'm just gonna be so fucking disappointed if it is Ghidorah because I'm tired of Ghidorah. Like I want other monsters. Like you know what? Fuck it. Just for the meme. Gravity and Geras. Let's go.
I don't want it to be Ghidorah.
Hey.
I don't want it to be Ghidorah, but it looks likely. It looks highly
It's more likely because they already have a new design for Ghidorah that they used for the ride. And
yeah, and it looks ugly.
And
it looks ugly.
And yeah, it does. And -1's design is just the ride design updated. So
yeah,
that was like the one thing I was disappointed about with Godzilla -1 was like, the design is just the ride, but you know, it's not too bad.
Granted, I like the ride's design and I like Minus designs more. So
yeah,
like, I was fine with it.
Yeah,
I
It took
do
me
know
a
generally
while.
if they do introduce Ghidorah, I seriously want them to like change the design because it's really skinny. He has hands.
the problem I
If
have
you
with the
remove the
Ghidorah,
flaps from the wings,
Ears.
he looks almost human.
Yeah.
the problem I have with Ghidorah being the monster is that, like it just doesn't make sense to me. Like he's the only one that can pull like stuff like gravity defying stuff off like that. But in terms of the context of where we left off in the previous film, I truly don't believe it's going to be Ghidorah at all. Like at most, my money is mostly on either it's going to be two Godzillas, Mothra in some form or fashion, or Biollante because of Noriko.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is something that
For me,
I
like,
have written down. To
I
talk
don't
about.
see Biollante happening at all. I really don't.
Yeah.
As for Ghidorah, I could take it, I could leave it. As for the main two Godzillas, the idea has been floated before. They never actually like followed through on actually making a Godzilla versus Godzilla movie. The other thing too is that with the teaser we had for -1, they didn't really do anything manipulation wise with the footage that wasn't in the final film. So I'd be very curious if it is Ghidorah. Why does he have like blue gravity manipulation powers unless somehow he's more tied to Godzilla? I think, like, honestly, if the blue energy stays, this could be maybe the first Godzilla sequel that doesn't actually have another monster in it. Because Yamazaki said he wanted to do another monster fighting in this movie. That doesn't necessarily mean he actually is going to follow through and do it. Like, I'd be interested just to see another film that raises the stakes of Godzilla, but, like, gives Godzilla new abilities.
Still like I'm more leaning close towards the two Godzilla idea purely because of like a War of a Gargantuan style, and then the fact that like the teaser itself says a new threat approaches, so meaning new, so that could be a new Godzilla or like a new threat. So it's gonna be another monster.
It could be another monster, but also like. It is vague for a reason. It literally, when it says a new threat, it could just mean a new Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or so the two Godzillas thing, because it just popped into my mind. Because who was the guy that made Shin? I forgot the name. It's
Hideki Anno.
Hideki Anno. So apparently he wanted to have his Godzilla forms to evolve. You know, it's to multiple levels, and it was like very similar to like The Last of Us in a way, but also kind of cosmic as well. You got the angels, I guess you could call them that, because they look kind of like even Evangelion-esque. I don't know what you would call them.
Yeah, you're talking about the whole thing with Godzilla being able to like split into two.
Yeah, exactly. So I was thinking like if they are two Godzillas, then they most likely would be in synchrony in a way. I don't think they would necessarily fight each other. I think they would just work together, destroy the world. Like if there were, I don't see two Godzillas fighting each other because at that point you create a Venom versus Riot situation, and you don't want a
The other
Venom
thing
versus
too, when I
Riot.
think about it, is that like if it is two Godzillas and they decide to fight each other, that actually kind of just makes more sense than having them work together because the whole, or at least the rationale that were proposed in -1 to lure Godzilla with the sounds was to make them think there was another Godzilla nearby. So there would have like it would make more sense for them um to be in conflict than to actually be in synchronicity. Granted, it's a
So
Godzilla spawning off of an original Godzilla.
So do you think that maybe the reason why we have a new design is to differentiate? If we're going down this route, the different design is to help differentiate the two Godzillas.
Possibly, yeah.
Probably.
I mean, sure, I guess. I mean, one Godzilla that could just could be the lighting, but one Godzilla looks more beige, and the other one would look more grayish. Which,
I think that's also the color grading too
yeah, I
of
was
that
gonna
scene.
say it could be
I wouldn't be
that.
surprised.
It could be
Yeah.
that, but it could also just be it's a different color. But even still, you still have the issue of okay, you have Venom versus Riot all over again, and I mean, narratively you could probably justify it, but
No,
visually
you
it's
could
probably
justify it. The thing with like Venom versus Riot is that one, Riot was never an interesting character for the most part to begin with, which is why they saved Carnage for the second movie. Like Carnage versus Riot is, I mean, not Carnage, that's still bad. Carnage versus Venom is a better fight than Riot versus like anyone. Hell, even like anti-Venom versus Venom or anti-Venom versus Carnage. It's still a symbiote versus symbiote fight, but that's still visually more interesting and like it has people more excited than like Riot.
dude, Riot, okay, conceptually, because I think, because Riot, if I remember correctly, he had red veins all over. You could barely see them. And I'm okay, well, that's a good thing to help differentiate between symbiotes, but they're so tiny, you can barely see them, and he moves so quickly, you can barely make them out. And they decided to have to fight at night, and you can barely tell who's who amongst the fights because they all look the same. So,
Riot also just generally had like a poor color scheme anyway. Like I like using gray as a color in designs, but in the comics he was always just a gray symbiote with
gray and
like he didn't
black.
have any like yeah, well I think that he wasn't really gray and black. He was black because of shading, not because he was actually
Oh, that
black.
was shading? Oh, okay. I thought those were black
Yeah,
spots in the...
no.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, like
But
even like
gray.
I think like kind of like they'll do something similar to where like when his like quote unquote muscles have been exposed, like his like underskin under the symbiote goo is like a purplish color, but I think it's literally just there for contrast.
Yeah, and at least that they tried in the Venom movie to give him a different head shape because it's different
Yeah.
from that of Venom. But he just behaves. He looks way too similar for anybody to realize that it's actually a different, symbiote. And they have the
He
fight
was
at night.
also like
So
yeah, he's also the like least visually interesting of the Life Foundation symbiotes as well.
yeah, you could have had Lasher, Phage,
Scream.
Agony. What's the other one?
Scream. Scream's the other one.
Yeah. No,
Is
no,
it
the
Scream?
other
Yeah,
one,
it's
not the
Scream.
yellow, not the. You said Scream. There was another one. I don't remember which one it was. No,
The like red one.
yeah,
Yeah, I
red
forgot
one
her
that
name.
wasn't Carnage.
Uh,
God.
f-
I don't know.
I don't know. We can put a pin on that. Point is, Venom movie
the
sucks.
Glup Shido. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Dude, they put Phage and all the other cool symbiotes in The Last Dance, and they just kill them off as soon as they're introduced. That pissed me off so badly. Like
They did give us a really good line though.
which one?
The black one.
Ah. Oh yeah. Um dude, Toxin. Oh my god, what did they do to Toxin? They made him green. Why?
Toxin was in The Last Dance?
Yes, he was green.
I didn't
Isn't
realize
it
that was
Lasher's
Toxin.
color? That's Lasher's colors. Why did they do that? Why?
Dude, Lasher is
Okay.
in the movie. The funny thing is that Lasher is in the movie too.
I never even
Toxin
saw the
dies.
movie. Why did they do this? Why?
Dude, Toxin dies. He dies in like the second third of the movie, and he's barely in it to begin with. And he's like the Herald of Null or something. I'm like, that's not what Toxin is, dude. Why did you make him green? He's red and black with a green tongue. Why?
Because they hate us.
No, like I'll give you a better answer. A woman was the director.
Was it actually?
Yes,
Yep.
it was a woman. Yeah,
No.
I think it was her debut.
No.
I think it was
No.
her filmic debut, and
Wait
it was
a
like
second.
Venom: The Last
Wait a
Dance.
second. Please tell me I'm wrong. If I'm not. So, you know what's even funnier?
What?
She did the screenplay for 50 Shades of Grey
Oh my god.
and the story of Cruella.
No!
Yes.
No, my!
No.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh my god.
She also did the screenplay of Carnage and Venom as well.
Oh no, that makes a lot more sense now. They turned.
Oh, and she also did some with Terra Nova too. That's cool.
Yeah, but like, can that be attributed to her? The credit?
Apparently, she did like the story, and apparently she was like a part of like all of it. Interesting. Like that story kind of fell off, but like at least I love the premise of it.
I don't understand why you would give somebody who's debuting as a director the third movie in a franchise.
I think it's because of the fact that she wrote the other ones. That's the only reason why.
Like The Changeling, Cruella, 50 Shades of Grey, Saving Mr. Bangs, Terra Nova. She did the screenplay and story for Let There Be Carnage, screenplay for Venom. But here's the thing. Venom and Let There Be Carnage sucked. So like giving her the reins, you're gonna make it suck
Just
harder.
drive it into the ground further. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like I think I hate Let There Be Carnage more than I hate The Last Dance, and that's really only because of how much they ruined Carnage. They turned him into a sympathetic version of the Joker, which no,
with his own Harley
no.
Quinn. Yeah, literally.
His own little and they turned it into like they turned the Venom and Eddie dynamic into a gay romance, which that's not how that dynamic is in comics.
But it's
Usually.
accurate because Venom's goofier. Don't you understand, Rooney? Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't
But
like it.
it's
Ah!
weird. How does that even work?
So
Anyway,
technically, no one tops. Well, no, Venom still tops because he's on top, literally.
no, yeah, no, that he is on top of the. Does he have the past though? He's technically black.
Of course he does.
Interesting.
Technically, the
so-
symbiote can like manifest clothes, so and it can change its skin color. So don't you think it could change Eddie's
See,
skin color?
that's
if
what
he does?
sucks too. They don't do that in the movie. They just have it so that he's like porous. The clothes. He's like not porous, but it's like squeezing in between the clothes so that every time you transform, it doesn't do anything to the clothes. And like, dude, just manifest the clothes. How
Do
cool
it.
would that be?
Mm-hmm.
Like they want to be goofy, but they don't go all goofy, which is just manifesting clothes. Which is like it is goofy, but it's also like really cool and practical. So like they're just half-assing it whenever they feel like it, like whenever
Literally.
it suits them.
Going back to your abusive relationship, I just saw a recommended video to me from the center of Goji that says, "How tall is -1 really? In-depth teaser analysis, not clickbait," with Ghidorah on the picture there.
I'm not watching that.
No,
Like
I just love the fact that
Here's
the like
246 different things you missed in this 46-second teaser.
my -1 -0 video really is it's proven prophetic.
I mean, it's a pattern. You recognize patterns. You see it everywhere. It's not really much of a.
No, we gotta be
prophecy.
noticers.
Yeah, we just be noticing. We notice. Are you noticing? CGF, are you noticing? Noticing.
Something's
Noticing.
happened.
Yeah. Something actually happened. Typically nothing does, but here, something actually happened. Um, people just keep talking about the last shot as if it was something revolutionary. I'm talking about -1, kind of like that dragon wing shot from the final Game of Thrones episode. It's a smart shot, but normies aren't used to that, so their minds are blown immediately. Um, I don't know if you're talking about
He's talking
the
about the Statue of Liberty shot and how like it makes him look smaller than when he walks past. It's like bigger.
I didn't think much of that shot. I think it was a shot.
It's a good shot, like simple as.
Yeah, it's a good shot, nothing to write home about, but everybody has been milking the teat off of this thing, and I'm like, okay, listen,
I
it's
mean,
gonna
all it does just shows that he's bigger. That's it. I don't know what's so
yeah,
special
like
about it.
it's not we're not even saying it's bad. It's just like, okay, why are you giving it so much? Dude, you're gonna get lockjaw. Get down from there.
I think like praise is due, but like I don't know. We'll see. I honestly think we're gonna see way more impressive shots when this film finally comes out. But I think it's because of the fact that we haven't gotten anything. So as a result, now that we have something and something has happened,
Something
everyone
happened.
is very excited. Literally, yeah.
Something
The
happened.
the lobster moved in the fish tank. Whoop de do.
Yeah,
I mean, really,
the movie.
there's only three things in this trailer that like really stand out. It's just the floating shit, the bigger Godzilla, and then spines on the shoulders. That's it. Um,
I am almost convinced, TGF, that that wasn't floating shit. That was floating debris. If it was floating shit, it would mean that Shikishima is flying over India.
fucking phrasing, my god. You get what I'm saying?
I know. It's that invincible meme. Swearing doesn't make you cool. Swearing doesn't make you cool.
Speaking of like another thing, real quick, although it's not in the trailer itself, it's more been around the discourse. Apparently, there's some kind of cameo that's going to happen in this movie. No one's like who knows about it has specified what that exactly means. Only that there is some kind of quote unquote cameo. Apparently,
Like an actor cameo or a monster cameo.
no one knows. Everyone's just saying there's a big cameo. I'm assuming since it's from normie places, that probably means like an actor cameo.
Mhm.
And I know Yamazaki had mentioned like around -1 that he wanted to work with more like Hollywood actors, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's like some kind of Hollywood actor cameo of some kind.
Jared Leto.
I hate you.
Could you imagine
Just
Jared Leto
hey,
crossing into the Godzilla verse?
hey, Shikishima. Looks like you could use a hand. Come on, take me to that guy. It's Morbin time.
I know it's Jared Leto. In order to prepare for the role of Godzilla -1, I gave myself radiation sickness.
No, I said this in CGF server. Could you imagine if they wrote like a hyper competent super computer man, and he was like, so he can method act in such a way that he makes everything easier for everyone, and it's just like you trick him into method acting. You trick him with his method acting so that he just acts like a normal person and just makes everything easier for everyone. Like, why don't you just do a movie where you give Jared Leto that character?
I don't think he'd be able to do it. He's just not talented. This totally isn't reverse psychology. I don't think he could do it.
No, but see, here's the thing, because if you in Blade Runner and in Tron Ares, he did really well in the role of cold, unfeeling machine, because IRL he is a cold, unfeeling machine. It's kind of like how Kevin Spacey, you can have him play a creep because he's a creep, and he'll do it really well because he knows how to be a creep.
No Spacey.
So yeah, like you can absolutely, definitely have him play someone who's hyper competent until you can trick him into being normal. That'd be funny. Joe Schmo in chat. I don't know why I say Schmo. There's no H there. Goji Center sounds like that one guy from Death Battle. Boomstick. You're thinking of Boomstick. And yes, he does. He does sound like Boomstick.
I just wonder what his actual voice sounds like.
He's whizzing. Oh wait, no. He's whizzing. I can't do it.
He's whizzing on
Where's that
Boomstick.
boomstick?
He sounds like a redneck, kind of. I think that's his whole character.
That literally is his whole character.
Okay, makes sense then. Yeah. So back to this big lizard.
I mean, I'm excited for it, so that's about
I
it.
am cautiously optimistic. Very cautious. We want
I
to go
have
back
faith.
to
I have faith. So
historical part. If we want to go back to the historical part, how involved would the U.S. have to be before it becomes a problem?
In what regard? Problem in what regard? I'm thinking.
Narratively or
what was the
historically,
question
either
again?
one.
You mean like a problem as in like where it breaks the film, or a problem as in Godzilla becoming a problem? I assume you mean like narratively.
Yeah, either narratively, historically, or just both simultaneously. Could be you choose one. Which one?
I think like at that point we'll have to work within the confines of what -1 already gave us. So it's assumed that, or at least originally it was presumed that the only reason why the US didn't involve themselves is because of the fact that the Soviets would get involved. I think that with Godzilla attacking Ginza, it gave them justification to where like I do wonder where it's like if on the world stage they're like, well, we chose peace with the Soviets over helping a country that we were supposed to protect. So therefore, that's why we were attempting to bomb Godzilla if the Japanese plan failed. So I'd say like I wouldn't be surprised if that is going to be at least their justification in this film is that they appear to have wanted to have helped but didn't. But also given the fact that they at least like, and this is me reading too much into like his like the actor's cadence, it seems like they really wanted to use whatever this new weapon is. So I'm thinking that at least America, like how America is going to choose to involve itself is going to be possibly on the more antagonistic side rather than villainous side. So, and at least I think from other places like Collider, I think Culture Crave mentioned this too, where it takes place both in America and Japan. So I think there's going to be enough, like a significant enough presence in this film to where I feel like it's going to make sense.
See, I ask that because knowing how America tends to be, sometimes justifiably, sometimes not justifiably, they tend to want to be like the world police in some sense. And I mean, like, what's that movie? You know, the one America.
Team America?
Yeah, Team America.
Team America.
Yeah. Give if the you kind of put them in a precarious situation where if you're trying to escalate the stakes, so that you can keep audiences at the edge of your seat, which is what you want, then having America be more and more involved, I mean, it kind of begets other nations get involved as well, like the Soviet Union and China, other countries as well.
Isn't too much of like a threat at this point, or at least they're not as powerful as they become as they have become, to where I don't really see them actually being able to help in the same way, besides like possibly just giving more men to the meat grinder.
Mm-hmm.
With the Soviets, like again, with hindsight, they weren't as equipped to fight the US as like people were led to believe. I'd still think that the USSR with its robust spy network would probably know more about what's going on with Godzilla than at least America would probably think.
Yeah, I think the USSR could be involved, especially given what they've been trying to do. I mean, we got the space program for starters. I mean, and all this technology that they've been developing in secret as well. They would definitely, be more involved than I think people would expect them to. But again, it's Russia, so
I bet they'd be more. I don't think they'd be like directly involved,
No,
but I
no.
think they definitely would try to involve themselves in a position to where they could usurp the US's hegemony at that point.
Yeah. Or just they could. I think that there's usually this is the usual trope of making Russians villains. But I could definitely see them playing a more villainous role, like, oh, we want to control Godzilla. We will feed him borscht.
So another thing to at least to consider, and this might tie into the film as well, is that 1949 is the year when Russia successfully tests its first atomic bomb.
Was
Oh shit, yeah.
it which one was it? Because I know the Tsar bomb was theirs, but I don't know if it was
It was
1949.
RDS-1.
RDS one? Okay. Okay. How many years apart was that in Tsar bomb? Because that's like the big one everybody, thinks about when they think of like a Russian bomb.
That is 61.
61? Oh, so it's like 20 years later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's like that's a while. As well as if I recall correctly, it actually is like Japanese, like American funded, like essentially listening devices that the US put in Japan that picked up the either the radiation or something else that like only bombs give off that tipped off America to the Soviet experiments.
Do you think that either in not maybe not necessarily this movie, but if they want to make future installments, do you think that maybe the U.S. and the USSR would want to pool their resources to accelerate the production of what will eventually become the Tsar Bomba in response to Godzilla?
It's possible. I think like that would be something where we'd have to see what happens at the end of Minus Zero to know for sure. And if like Minus Zero gets a sequel, I think world building wise, there probably is going to be more real world history that ties into the films themselves.
Like
So it's possible.
an arms race for a bigger weapon to kill the giant monster, essentially.
Yeah.
I would like to see that, honestly. It kind of reminds, because the way we're talking about that, I can't stop thinking about
feel
how
like-
Watchmen did it, because what Watchmen did, because the Vietnam War was very heavily, a part of the world build. It was a part of the world in the sense that like it affected our heroes, like for like the comedian and how Dr. Manhattan saw life and all these kinds of things. I mean, we see him, he's in Vietnam, he's smoking people left and right, and the Vietnamese people, I think the Viet Cong, bow down to him, worship him, that kind of stuff. Very heavily involved in history. And the Cold War is raging on, and you got the doomsday clock that's about to hit zero, and when it hits zero, Ozymandias does what he does. It's like, the more I think about the potential to where this series of Godzilla movies could go, I'm thinking, okay, what if we don't do what none of the other era do and just do what Watchmen did, but long term and with Godzilla involved? Because the way we're talking about history and how it can be interspersed within like the narrative of Godzilla, I'm thinking, okay, well, we don't really need other monsters. We can just have it be a Godzilla centric story where it's like Godzilla in the real world, in history, like alternate history with Godzilla, and it's taking inspiration from Watchmen. The way we're talking about this, like it just has me thinking, okay, we can just have it be that. We can have.
I think this is probably more the case because like another thing when it comes to like the Showa era is that it doesn't really follow a whole lot of what's going on the world stage. It's mostly what's happening in Japan, and because Japan, like for the most part, is doing really successful, and like cultural exports like Godzilla are a part of that. That's I think another factor that you see Godzilla move towards the direction it did throughout the era. And the only reason why you get like the Soviets in Godzilla 84 is because they wanted to return Godzilla to his more nuclear based roots. And only like I think a few years later on is when the Soviet Union collapses fully. So you don't really ever see the Soviets as a presence in these films at all. Um, where in this case you're far more divorced from this history, and as a result you want to world build Godzilla more properly into this world instead of being a more idealized version of the world in Japan as a whole in the Showa era. And I think that that's more than likely what we're seeing with minus one here. So I could very much see essentially world building Godzilla into a more realistic like world stage in a sense.
Yeah,
I would also say like another thing too, history wise, is that at least during 1949, um, the Berlin blockade kind of ends. I know China, I believe, is recognized directly by the USSR. Um, it's August when that first atomic bomb comes off, and there's like a few other like smaller political things that are going on, but I would say that like between minus one and minus zero, there seems to be enough things going on in history to where even though Godzilla is clearly like a huge threat, it seems to be the case that there would be a like in a like courtroom discussion or at least like a politician talking about it, there was enough going on that the US would have to deal with to where they could just leave Godzilla be in this case. Like it's not outside the realms of possibility. Is it the right decision for them to make? No. But I think that also would just be part of the story as a whole where like it's clear that that wasn't the right decision for them to do.
Yeah, pretty much. And forget my ignorance in history, but yeah, no, I think that's just an interesting way of doing it, like
Mhm.
integrating Godzilla into our actual history. And like
Yeah.
going back on the idea of like the nuclear arms race, I feel like that's one of the messages that will like continue that will be used in this movie is like now that Godzilla's in America on their doorstep, it's now going to be a race for like a better weapon to kill Godzilla
Mhm.
because like I feel like it's evident from the beginning of the trailer when they say abort third drop and like maybe this time we'll get to use it, like that type of thing. Like it's definitely going to evolve. I feel like the story is definitely going to evolve around a nuclear arm race, or like at least going for a better weapon to kill Godzilla.
Yeah, and you
Mhm.
could have it be because the way we're describing it right now, it's like what is like the logical conclusion to Godzilla's existence? I think it's just taking what they wanted to do in 54 and just taking it a step further, just
Hmm.
Yeah.
applying
Well,
it
I would say
to
in
the
this
general
case,
history of the world.
like speaking of that too, I think like it's essentially doing what 54 wanted to do and what Raids Again wasn't able to do because they literally were like rush this into production, get it done now. Where in Yamazaki's case, he literally is allowed this time to flesh out the world more appropriately. And
Oh
because I think that with the hindsight that that Godzilla's had so many sequels, he is more cognizant of the fact that there possibly could be a sequel. So like will put himself more in a position to more naturally allow that to occur.
no, but Zim, see, the word realistic is a really bad word in the fandom. It's a bad word. Have you seen
It
it?
is a bad word, but it's usually because 98ers like to use it as a defense for their terrible film.
Mm-hmm. But
I
yeah,
think another detail, like it's not really mentioned too much, and like you can't really tell unless you're like a hyperplanetism kind of person. The plane that Shikishima seems to be flying, based on its shape as well as the contour of the canopy of the plane, it looks like it could be like a Douglas Skyraider, which I don't know if Japan was ever supplied any of these post-war, but if that is the case that it is a Skyraider or at least some other form of American plane, I think that more than likely we'll see a greater collaboration between Japan and the US on that front, but I think it also could mean the Japanese self-defense force is established earlier in this timeline than it actually is because 54 is when the JSDF was properly established, which coincides with Godzilla. So that's at least something else that's been on my mind too.
I was
Mm.
muted this entire time on OBS. I am such an idiot. Um, so just for those of you that didn't hear me in chat, if you're looking at the stream right now, you can see that in the background there's like there's debris, obviously floating debris, but it kind of looks like the dust clouds and the soot clouds that would appear during an air battle in World War II. I thought that was like a really cool deal. But also, um, what I was trying to say is that we have all this opportunity for world building, for for expanding on the theme that was already present, not just in the meta, but also within the context of the movie itself. You don't, and we haven't even mentioned a different monster yet. This is only Godzilla. So what I'm thinking is, okay, well, you don't really need another monster at that point. With Godzilla alone, you can build up your own mythos. Like,
Well, you want to know something else that's interesting, at least to add to your point, is that a lot of the interviews that Yamazaki has been having recently, one line that seems to stick out is that he's saying there's going to be a whole new level of terror that Godzilla will bring to the big screen. And I think it was Fandango that did the interview too, which is where I referenced the 54 and Shin comments that he made. So it may be the case that there really isn't another monster and it's a solo Godzilla film that just raises the stakes to a more like authentic global scale.
that I would
If the
want.
case, because I feel like it would build more off of his power, just based on how they showcased his atomic breath in the previous film, because like it has like that blast radius around it, like not just like the explosion, but like his actual breath itself. Because like when he breathed it, it was you could see the impact around it, or like the blast rate or whatever. And then of course there was an implosion, then the explosion. So like really anything's on the table with Godzilla's power.
I
I
thought,
think another thing too is that oh, I'm sorry, go.
yeah, I was gonna say that I've always thought that the actual explosion that was caused from the atomic breath was actually just the explosion being strong enough to create a vacuum in the actual
Mhm.
area, and then all the air rushed back inside it because Godzilla just created a vacuum. It's almost as if he destroyed the air that was in that surrounding area, and thus creating a vacuum in which like all the air has to like rush back in to fill it back up, because that's just how vacuums work naturally. Something, okay, well, if you scale that up, could you theoretically make a mini like not a microscopic, but a tiny black hole that just lasts like several seconds before it just dissipates? Because that's what
Possibly. It's not something I'm too familiar with, but I think like another thing too to consider is that it very could be the case that whatever the US is planning to use on Godzilla may not just be a nuke, it may be some other form of like nuclear based technology
oxygen destroyer.
that causes God well, that's not even nuclear based, but um it could just be the case that that's what gives Godzilla this new ability where the manipulation of gravity is related to some kind like subatomic disturbances that he's able to create. Plus it also allows Toho to still keep producing new forms of the original Minus design, and then you also have the new design as well. We may get like another design on top of what we have with what we've already seen, because the big thing with like Toho, sorry, Bandai, is that they always want to have more toys. And with Shin, they had the three forms, and then with Minus it was the two forms. So I wouldn't be surprised if we like essentially get a revised form of like the original Minus design and then the upgraded Minus design.
Mm-hmm. From a marketing standpoint, I think that would be the best thing to do. But
Mhm.
narratively, you would have to find a way to justify it.
But I think probably the narrative justification is going to be whatever the U.S. plans to do is what ultimately makes things worse and causes Godzilla to be the way he is. Because I know like a big part of the marketing for Minus One, when it came to the toys, was marketing. Oh, you get Godzilla, but then there's this other monster, which ended up just being the Odo Island Godzilla.
Wait, but also, I think nuking it in this movie. Sorry, I think it actually makes a lot of sense now because nobody knows that it got mutated. They just know that it just came back. Nobody actually
Hmm.
knows why it's back or why it's bigger or why. They just know that he's back and he's bigger now, and so that gives it like a lot more wiggle room to experiment with that. So
Hmm. As well as like even if you're someone in this world, again, even if your like actions are 100% like logical or consistent, if you were trying to like nuke Godzilla, even if Godzilla was mutated by nukes, it could be like there's no reason to believe that he would, without a doubt, be able to regenerate and come back from getting nuked by something even larger. Like I wouldn't not be surprised if someone's like, oh, if we hit him hard enough, we can just override whatever his regeneration is. It's like the same thing with like Cell, where Cell in Dragon Ball Z was able to regenerate from like a tiny bit of him when he got blown up when he chose to do that. But then Gohan's final Kamehameha is what ultimately totally vaporizes him.
Yeah, that's kind of like the same. One of my friends, King of Candor, that's actually something that he posited, which is like, if it could be the case that if he regenerates, then if you hit him so hard that he can't regenerate, then like
I mean,
that's that.
I mean, it kind of is the case with the last film. Like they did hit him. They did do enough damage where like it disintegrated him enough time for it to be 2 years without him. So
Yeah,
I feel like that might be the case.
or
And then
and I napalm, but that doesn't work because of the atomic breath. One for the atomic breath, then the napalm would absolutely work. But
Mm.
that also depends on where you're aiming it, because like, are you aiming it at the eyes? If you're going to the eyes, and then you could reach into the brain, snip at the synapses. Is it synapses or synapses? Because I say synapses.
Synapses.
Synapses. Snip at the synapses. Blow up the brain from the inside out after attacking the eye. Win. But then, of course, like, you have to remember, like, in -1, he literally got his head blown off.
Yeah. So it's very clear that like whatever mutation was done to him allows like his like all of his genetic material to be stored within like pieces of him that aren't connected to like the central nervous system.
Which Godzilla was it? The one that had like 2 brains and 3 hearts, or hearts and 2 brains?
No, just the two brains that it's Heisei Godzilla.
That's Heisei. They could be doing that then,
Yeah.
because I mean, this design is already very Heisei inspired. So
Hmm. Well, that has more to do with like the whole two brains thing is kind of like they really wanted to tie Godzilla more directly to dinosaurs because the whole thing about 84 where they mentioned the birds being like descended from dinosaurs in 93 with Mechagodzilla they have like the whole Pteranodon guy and call like more directly mentioning Godzillasaurus which was carried over from King Ghidorah. So I think that was the reason for the two brains thing, and that was always like a theory with dinosaurs like Stegosaurus where it had two brains.
mm, they
And
could
Stegosaurus
implement that.
Godzilla
Yeah, and
makes
I
sense.
think I think if you implement the fact that he has 2 brains, you could extra justify it looking a lot like a Heisei design. And you can also have it be so that
Maybe.
coming back actually, makes sense. You give it an explanation, like, oh, we destroyed 1 brain, but the other brain is still intact, so we need to destroy both to kill him. So like, you
I guess,
justify
but
it.
like the piece that we see regenerating isn't like his like innards. It looks like it's just a piece of his skin that like starts to like grow out more muscle and stuff from it.
Oh wait, no, that's right. No, because he crumbles like a rock in Land
Yeah.
of Midnight.
yep.
Do you think that each individual piece could regenerate, kind of like a starfish? That would be
I know a lot
horrifying.
of people have been proposing that.
I mean,
Yeah.
War of Gargantuan, so it's not out of there.
Like, that would be horrifying.
Yeah.
Could you imagine like a rumbling situation, but with Godzilla? That would be horrifying.
I know
I
someone did a meme about that, but it was like the Thrag picture with just a bunch of Godzillas in place of his children.
is it the Thrak picture where he's got all his Thrax and
Yeah.
children? And I know which one you're talking about.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know that.
If I can find it, I'll send it.
I can't wait to talk about Invincible next week. Next week, stay tuned. We're talking Invincible
I
season
haven't.
4.
I won't be there because I haven't watched Invincible since season 2.5.
2 and 3/4.
Um, I will say though, a lot of it is contrived, but the character writing is still really good. I will say that. It gets a little bit more contrived the more the show goes on, but the character writing is still good. And for those of you that read the comics, when we get to that stream, I will talk about 2 events in the comics that I hate and want changed. Not for any reason other than I just hate them. I just hate those. One of them you'll know which one it is, and the other one you probably won't. But yeah, we'll talk about that when we get there. So stay tuned. Episode 13, all about Invincible. I will get the title card. I will try to get the title card so we can do it. We can do the meme. So every time we say Invincible, cuts to that.
It's not a meme. It's not the one I was thinking of, but it's
But it's
another
the same
Godzilla
one.
minus zero invincible meme.
Yeah, it's the one where Debbie and all Omni-Man are just together, and Thrag is just staring.
You were
at
about to
him.
say Oliver, weren't you?
I
You were
was
about to say Oliver.
I was gonna say Oliver.
Bruh.
Oh my god. Could you? No, the second Oliver finds out about Red Lobster, he's just gonna fall to his.
Oh my god, Red Lobster.
Yum.
Oh, it's Red
Wasn't it?
Robin.
No, that's Red Robin.
Oh
that
yeah,
danced
it is Red Robin.
Red Robin.
Fuck your ass.
Yeah,
There's like no Red Robins near me, and the only Red Lobster that was close like shut down years ago.
I've never eaten lobster. Is it that good? Because I tried shrimp one time and I'm like, I don't like. I don't
Lobster
like.
and shrimp aren't the same.
I know they're not the same, but they're seafood.
Do you like crab?
No.
Then you probably won't like lobster then. If you don't like crab, then you probably don't like lobster. You won't like lobster.
I don't get. I don't know. I just don't like eating sea cockroaches. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I would like fish. Fish are fine. I like tuna.
I don't really like fish.
What?
I don't like fish.
You haven't been given a good. What I like to do with my tuna sometimes.
Anything that's from the ocean, I will eat.
Even mermaids.
Like, oh yeah,
Yes,
that's even
yes.
better,
Yeah, of course.
dude. Like sashimi them. Watch them scream. Just slowly fillet them and just watch the terror in their eyes as you like make sashimi out of them and eat it in front of them too.
Fucking duck.
What do you do with the human parts?
Eat it.
Oh, like a hooker.
That's
Oh,
the
I
whole
see.
point.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
See, you're on my level. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know ball.
You know ball.
yeah.
Ball recognizes ball. That's elite ball knowledge right there, kids.
Ball knower. I see. What I like to do with my tuna is just I just put in as many spices as. Shut up. What I'll do is I'll just put as many spices as my stomach can. Well, stomach. I put in pepper, salt, adobo, garlic, all kinds of stuff. And
Wait. So that's perfect then. So it's all stretched down there. Good to know.
yeah.
The
With
spices
salmon,
do the work for me.
with salmon, I like to put sometimes, not always. I like to put. It's a special spicy sauce that I forgot the name. It's this Japanese thing. Spicy. It's got a lot of plants in it. I forgot the name. Red. Blood red. I forgot the name. It's. I want to say it's not hummus. I forgot this. Why did I say hummus? It's not hummus. Jesus.
The Netanyahu's got to you, so now you're just like thinking about hummus all the time.
God. Damn it, Yahoo!
The big Yahoo. Eat hummus like hummus.
I saw this invincible edit where they just turned Thrag into Netanyahu.
Dragon Yahoo.
Thrag and Yahoo. And also somebody, speaking of him, somebody made a new word. So are you familiar with Kirkenuanly? So like it's like genuinely in
Yes.
Turk. So someone made Netanyahu genuinely.
Nah, that one isn't that good.
No,
Like
see,
Yahooanly.
no. What I would have done is like Kirkenyahuanly. That's what I would have done.
That one's even worse, but I like it.
No, see, but it rolls off the tongue better than Netanyahu genuinely, because that one's just lazy.
Yeah, exactly.
That one's just lazy. Whereas this is, I'm gonna see if I can find the meme because it's stupid. It's so stupid. It's a Homelander meme, but and apparently certain numbers are now attractive. So like, you got this equation to represent baddies now. 7 times 9 equals a minus 7. That's how you call someone attractive now. Nowadays, I don't know what we're doing here. What are we doing?
We never salted Carthage enough.
I don't even know who to blame at this point. when you're learn maxing in class and ask the teachoid to go to the restroom, and he Netanyahu genuinely piss mocked you in front of all the 7 times 99 equals 8 minus 7 by saying, I don't know, can you? What does this even? I understand what it says.
You made up those words.
Well, like, I understand what is being said. Why are you saying it like that? Like,
I will like low Kirk-genuinely
low
like
genuinely
slap. I will do that to my beer getter if he ever has those words uttered from his mouth.
Learn maxing in school. I love how you have slurs for teachers now. You call them a teachoid. You know, like you used to have femoid and it got shortened to foid.
Foid.
You stupid foid. I told you to get
What's
in
a
bed.
chud to a foid? What's a foid to a goy? What's a goy to a net and Yahoo?
Oh my god. There's the chud. My favorite memes to come out of this generation are like the chud son, Foyd, and Kirk and Kirk, Charlie Kirk-genuinely, low Kirk-genuinely. It's like it's the most ridiculous.
I almost spilled my beer one time because I was at the bar and someone said Foyd unironically.
God.
I was doing my thing where I'm usually just kind of like vibing after work, doing some art, and I take out my earbuds for 1 second to ask the bartender to do another round, and then I hear just a Foyd spoken in my vicinity, and I like almost spilled my entire drink on my iPad. I was angry, I was impressed, and I was shocked all at the same time. And I had to spend like the next couple minutes while they were paying out their tab trying not to like just outright laugh.
This stupid Foyd won't give me a chud son. I've been trying.
No, it was something like, bro, she's just a Foyd. And I was like,
I love that. Dude, I would be friends with that. I would try to befriend that guy just for saying that. Having the bravery to say that in public. Like,
oh no, that's not even the most outrageous thing I've ever heard someone say
oh my god.
in public at a bar.
I mean, it's a bar. So expect the no, but see, saying
no, that right there, I just said that to you in chat. That I've heard someone just full on say that at a bar.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's insane. Nature is healing.
I assume you mean N-word death.
Literally, yeah.
Oh my god.
Nature is healing. No, this is I am the anti. This has anti-chudified me. Nature is healing. Society is
Something
saved.
has happened.
Billions will be born. That is crazy. I love that. I love that.
Like pick a day sometimes, and they're like the most outlandish things I've heard at the bar.
Oh my god. I love that. That's great. Now, see, some people tried to like make a slur because like Foyd is a slur for women. Moid is supposed to be a slur for men, but it just doesn't roll off the tongue. It just doesn't roll off.
Yeah,
the
it
tongue.
doesn't. Yeah, just chud's just easier to say.
Yeah,
that's why people still use it.
No, I think chud is definitely better than moid as a slur for men.
Yeah.
But if anything fails, then you could just always default to retard. That
well, don't you understand, Chuddy? I'm sorry, Mr. Shackleford, but we have to bomb Godzilla and give $20 billion to Israel.
Because this is my podcast. I can
what I would give to be Godzilla for a day. My god.
No, you would be able. No, because it comes with the package of having Manila. You get to beat up your chud son to death.
My god.
Me when my chud son tries atomic breath mugging me, so I Jaloker genuinely blast his shit off right clean.
Well, time to abort.
It's actually physically impossible in like any properly world-built Godzilla universe to have Mechagodzilla exist, because the US would be asking Japan, why are they lobbying to create Mechagodzilla when they could be donating that money to a beautiful cause in the Middle East?
True. So true.
Just-
And then Israel
cool.
builds their own.
No, they'd come over to Japan and like, oh yes, I love this Mechagodzilla over here. Can we have it? No, we'll give you a downgraded one. No, we want your Mechagodzilla. But yes, all the specs exactly the same. Give it to us. No, U.S. Japan's being mean to me, not giving them Mechagodzilla. Police, oy vey, they're not giving us Mechagodzilla.
The Goyim
US, help
refused
us.
The Goyim withheld the giant robot that we want, and we really wanted Daddy Trump. I mean,
Daddy Twomp, don't you understand? If we had
Goyim.
Mechagodzilla, we'll prevent the Holocaust.
Pacific Goyim.
please let us
Pacific Goy.
kill the Goyim.
Or no, Goyim Rim.
Oh my God! No, could you imagine Gypsy Danger with the Star of
Goyim.
David as like the reactor?
That just sounds like a monster name, Goyrim.
Goyim.
Like that.
It just has a giant fucking frill on its head and then a giant fucking horn for a nose.
Oh my God. Dude, we're doing all this while I'm trying to get a new job, so like if the manager sees this, he's gonna kill me.
You know what's even worse about
I'm like a Rudy's manager.
You know what's even worse about this is that I can just imagine someone saying "Oy vey" and then pitching it to sound like a classic Showa era kaiju roar, like all the distortions to it.
I have a friend that is into sound design. I'm gonna ask them to actually try and make that. That would be so funny.
Do it, fucking do it.
So
Zim has left the chat.
he's dying. I can only imagine somebody reacting to the stream and like
You know,
Just
you,
like-
you know how like certain Ultraman monster like they get cut in half and their blood gushes out or whatever, and it's just like diamonds or whatever. Yeah, just cut Goyim in half and it's just a fucking bunch of shekels falling to the ground.
oh my God.
And
I
then,
can imagine-
its children immediately hatches and starts scattering away, just grabbing the fucking shekels.
No, dude. There's this one thumbnail of this one guy. I don't know the channel. I don't know where it's from. But it's just like him sitting down and being like, Goyim, we need to talk. I can only imagine somebody, I'm gonna send it in chat, but I can imagine somebody who watches the stream, gets offended, goes like, listen, Goyim, we need to talk. We need to talk about your anti-Semitic.
No, we just get like bombarded with a bunch of people sending us blue squares or something like that.
What do the blue squares mean?
It was a Super Bowl commercial about anti-Semitism.
Oh. I still don't know what that is. I don't watch this. I don't
Trust
watch.
me, you don't want to.
I don't know anything about sports ball. I don't know.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about Goy Ball.
Like, I mean, I understand the hype sometimes, but like even because my brother watches sports, he watches basket sports, and he notices that a lot of it has been more theatrical than actual skill involved, and it's become sports slop in a way. So I would have seen it like 10 years ago probably, like I would have understood. Oh yeah, no, I get it. I get. But nowadays, like, oh yeah, no, it's flop. Basketball, at least from what I've seen my brother talk about. I don't know about other sports though. I wouldn't know. I'm not a sports ball guy. But from what it seems like, basketball has fallen into sports slop. Mr. Doodleman says, "Daddy Trump, I want Mechagodzilla, but Japan won't share it with me. If they get it, then be like, Japan, why are you trying to steal our Mechagodzilla?" 2 days later, we have finally built our own Mechagodzilla with the help of Japan.
This Mechagodzilla was promised to us 3,000 years ago.
Another 3 days later, Japan, why are you trying to steal our Mechagodzilla? We built it. This was ours.
No. Even worse, they would claim to not have a Mechagodzilla, while we could just see like a giant hangar underneath like some mountains and stuff. It's like, no, we don't have it. What are you talking about? We never signed any agreements.
Yeah, like you never talked to us about it. Anyway.
The Samsonzilla option.
Anyway, back to Big. I don't know how we got this far into the schizo posting, but
There's nothing beats schizo posting.
no, we're schizo posting. Listen, I am diagnosed with schizophrenia 2. It is a new strain of schizophrenia where it makes you schizophrenic twice at the same time. So that means I'm extra. So, and it's
So to slay a princess. Okay.
so I'm extra stupid and it's contagious. So you don't have to take me serious. Anyway, now that I have successfully saved face, I think there's definitely more to be said about this trailer regarding like the history aspect about it, but off the top of my head, I can't think of anything. So, is there?
How much else did they say?
I would like to see what the fandom reaction is to the idea that they could just be focusing exclusively on history, and just alt hist, but with Godzilla, but it's a franchise.
I just can't wait for round 2 of the whole fucking minus one in MonsterVerse spiel again. Like,
I'm ready for it. Trust me.
I cannot fucking wait. I can't wait for all the wailing and fans to go wild again for the stupid shit.
Yeah, I expect it to be exactly the same as as it was before. I don't expect because I watched I Am Mother a while back and it turned out to be really good, but that still doesn't change my expectation for Supernova because again, Sam Raimi's there. He's an example. He made the Spider-Man trilogy, but he also made Multiverse of Madness, and to my knowledge, he didn't have any.
Yeah, no, Multiverse of Madness was just it was an awful movie. My God, I forgot that was a Marvel movie I watched in the theaters.
Yeah, me too. I'm still upset that I watched that movie in theaters. I'm still very.
I'm
upset.
I just realized I'm so happy I never had to pay a ticket for Godzilla King of the Monsters. I got a free screening for it too. Back
Oh.
then.
Why did you get a free screening for it?
So on like army bases or whatever, they do free, like certain bases they do free screenings for certain movies.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because of so like military bases, they get free screenings of movies. Godzilla 2014 got one. Like anything that's military related gets a free screening. So Godzilla 2014, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Planet of the Apes,
Oh, okay.
Those type of movies.
I was gonna
American
say.
Sniper.
I was gonna say because after I graduated boot camp, I went to watch Transformers 1 with my brother, and I didn't get any sort of discount. I was thinking, okay, well, that.
It just might be it just might be a specific base thing. I'm not gonna say the name of the base because that'll give me away. I
I
guess it's
can.
just specific to them.
No, I can't say my base because I'm not there anymore. It's for it's for Benning. So
I'm just
Burning.
all right. You know what? Fuck it. Fort Jackson. They did free screenings for stuff.
Yeah, for forgot the name of the one in Virginia, the one that I was in for AIT, but because Fort Moore is the one that's always on my mind because that other one's. But that has a theater. All the movies in that theater suck. Like all the it's always just like Walmart off-brand sort of like the bottom of the DVD pile kind of movies. Like straight to DVD kind of movies, no recent movies, no anything.
God, those.
But in the Fort Benning, which no, I'm not calling it Fort Moore, I'm calling it Fort Benning. They had like a normal AMC. They just had a normal, IMAX, and that's where I watched Transformers 1 there. I really liked it. It was a fun theater experience. My brother.
Nice.
Mr. Doodleman says, I think the reason why Godzilla fandom make a big deal about Godzilla being bigger in the teaser is for the pointless Godzilla -1 versus Godzilla. I think you hate.
That hasn't been a thing in like a while because
Yeah.
there's
I doubt
no
it.
like if it's like it's less like minus versus monsterverse in that case and more just America versus Japan.
Yeah.
And Japan won that like with the anime trilogy. There's no way we're gonna get a monster versus Godzilla that's bigger than that.
No. And also just like I think because what I interpreted that to be is just, oh well, what if, which one would win in a fight? Minus Goji or Legendary. Well, minus Goji's like tiny, but if he's bigger now, then he's probably gonna have more of a chance. So it's gonna spark the debate again. And I'm just thinking, dude, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care who wins what fight. I don't care. I think there are more interesting conversations to have than just. I mean, they're fun and entertaining. To have a serious discussion over who gets to win in a fight, like, dude, they're more important things to talk about. Not gonna say how you should, spend your time, but I'm gonna say how you should spend your time. Yeah.
But I'd say it's more that like I don't know, it's silly. It's just silly, simple as.
Kind of like the Godzilla franchise. Oh. Yeah. No. It's. What does that remind me? Oh yeah. No. Anthony.
Uh, I gotta head off, so it's been good.
I'll probably heading off soon, so if anything, might as well want to like. I'm not sure. There's really not too much else for us to discuss. Like we pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, we did. Just to end it all here, because we're done. No more that needs to be talked about, and we have been going for a good while, like almost 2 hours. So there's not
Yeah, I
much.
think this might be the biggest black screen essentially, right?
No,
No, the first one was bigger.
no. The biggest one was the Godzilla, the one on Just Prey, which was like 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah. I might have. I'm
okay.
interested in doing it again because like I was just like spastic. I was schizophrenic because I didn't have time to make, and I was trying to
Oh,
like.
I see it. I didn't realize because it wasn't in your live feed; it was in your video feed.
Yes, it's because I had to re-upload it. I've been doing that quite a while, but it seems that nobody's having any problems in the stream. So like, chances are I'm probably not going to re-upload this one, which is good. I don't like having to re-upload these. I would rather just have these all be live.
Yeah.
And now I understand why Mahler has a second channel where he uploads this. Now
Moo Diblier.
I understand it now. I
Big
understand.
long man.
But yeah, no. See, isn't it funny that in 3 hours, like we spent like 10 minutes of it just joking around making schizo posting, but the rest of it was just us talking about the movie and where it could go and what it could do. While everybody else was just talking about, oh, what if this thing happens? What if that monster happens? What if this thing? And I honestly am really proud of that. Personally, I am proud that we got to talk about those things. I think those things are much more important when talking about movies. Like when we're talking about speculating
Yeah.
over where the story would go, the world building, the lore. I definitely think it's a much more important conversation than just which monster gets to appear in what scene and which Godzilla and how will he look. I think they're more important conversations and definitely had them. So I am proud of us. Good job.
Yeah, I think that like generally like character design for Godzilla's appearance very fine. I think that like talking about like oh what Godzilla monster is going to appear and stuff like that. It's just I think like I've come to the belief that it's just not super healthy because ultimately that hype is built up around times like this where we don't even know if we're even going to see another monster. There's a pretty good chance we may not even get another monster and it's just Godzilla. But people like it's hey, it makes good money in the algorithm, so people are going to do it.
It's like, I saw the thing that I like. I clapped. I clapped when I saw it.
Like I think until we see something, we'll find like if we get a picture of it or whatever, if there is another monster, then sure. Now might be the time to then be like, okay, we can finally discuss
The
like
monster.
the purpose of that character in the story. But for now, like for a lot of people, especially younger fans, all of this is just gonna like rile them up like sugar and cocaine, and then they're gonna inevitably be upset if their favorite monster doesn't end up showing up, and that's not gonna be the film's fault.
Yeah, and also just depending on the monster, because each monster is supposed to represent something different, right? Whichever monster you end up using will have consequence. Like, so you need to make sure how you're using them and why you're using the monsters, and that is a conversation that I am not going to have here. If we get a reveal, or a confirmed, leak that turns out to be true that there is another monster, when we get to it, we will get to it. because I have a lot of problems with it being Ghidorah on top of the fact that it's just like, repetitive, and we've been getting Ghidorah all this time, like over and over again. It's like Ghidorah saturation, kind of like how Batman and Joker have been like we got like a Joker saturation, and we have like a Ghidorah saturation, that kind of thing. I have many
Pretty much.
beyond that. I just have a lot of problems with Ghidorah being in here to begin with, just because of how it would impact the story. Because I have to ask myself, okay, well, why would Ghidorah be here? Why would Godzilla be fighting him? And what the behavior of each will say about the themes, etc. And that is a conversation that we will have when it is revealed. But until then, I'm gonna keep it focused to this. And all I can really say is, I hope it's not another monster. I just hope we get an alt history franchise with Godzilla, like Watchmen style. That's all I want, really.
So to find out in November,
Yeah,
or until we get another trailer. So
Yeah. So
exactly.
we will find out soon enough. In the meantime, there are several stuff that you can watch. Invincible is out there right now. Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming out. You can also be excited for Dune, and you can read the books. That's my recommendations as to what you can be doing. But until then,
the Backrooms.
Oh, the Backrooms is coming out. I forgot about that. And also He-Man. He-Man is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest.
The Odyssey got delayed.
It got delayed?
Yeah, it got delayed till December.
Oh.
So in December we're gonna get Avengers, Dune, and the Odyssey.
I forgot about I completely forgot.
So did I.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna flop, honestly.
Dude, Kevin Feige said that Thanos is that Doctor Doom is a better villain than Thanos. I don't like in the meta, sure, but like in the friend, like in the MCU.
Yeah. You didn't even build him up. You're just giving him one movie, and you just plot Robert Downey Jr.
Doctor Doom is usurping Kang because Jonathan Majors got arrested for domestic abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Doom is more important than Kang, I'd say, but like even then, I would say that like Doom just has not gotten the same build up that Thanos did.
Yeah.
Or even
Nope,
Kang
not at
for
all.
that matter.
It's just one movie.
They did more work for Kang
all
than they did for
pointless.
Doom. Like the only work they've ever
Yeah.
done for Doom was Fantastic Four. For Steps. That's it. We only got like one movie build up. Whereas with Kang, we got the Loki TV show. God forbid we remember the show. We got okay. We got the Loki TV show. We got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Who else do we get?
For movies coming out?
No, yeah, for Kang, for build up for Kang.
I have no idea.
Just Loki and Ant-Man.
Okay, well at least he has two pieces of media. Doctor Doom has one. So
Well, technically none, because of, like Kang wasn't like the main villain of Loki. He was just introduced there. So like he actually had, or at least there was build up planned for him before he was actually real as like the villain.
no, I'm not saying I'm saying
Regardless
he
like
had
how good it
build-up.
is.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he
Oh,
had
okay.
build
No,
up.
yeah.
Because
Gotcha.
in Loki, it wasn't even Kang. It was just He Who Remains, and he was like a portent to Kang, sort of.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then we actually get to Kang, where he is actually a villain. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which why would you pit those two against each other? That's like Battle Beast fighting Invincible in season 1, or Battle Beast fighting, I don't know, Aquarus or Shrinking Ray.
Hmm.
Do people even remember Aquarus, the fish guy? No one's made memes out of him. That's funny. Like everybody's been making memes of like the Viltrumites and Immortal, but no one's ever made memes of the old Guardians. It's interesting. Anyway,
Good dog. Yeah.
Let us end it here. We got how many? We got 40 views. That's good. Pretty good for 2 hours.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And yeah, -1, we will be seated. However, I am a little bit cautiously optimistic. I don't want this movie to suffer from sequelitis. So, yeah, no. Let's just wait and see how it goes. If my priest is watching this, sorry. I got carried away. I'm sorry.
-0. My hope is that you are a Two Towers, not a Joker 2.
Please, yeah.
Or at the very least, a Dune Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
I hope.
To give a more modern example.
A more modern example. Yeah, no. Like no, postmodern, technically speaking.
Or a top,
Yeah, true.
Or please be a Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So before we end it here, if we want to do some shilling, now would be the time to do it. CGF, I know you have stuff to shill because you have a lot of stuff working on, right?
Yes. I'm currently working on my 2-year awaited review of Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. So I'm working on that today and this month. Blackaroonie, you might do some editing on it, to be honest, because I'm currently in the middle of a move and a new job transition. So, and then you can check me on Instagram, CGF Movies, because I'm also doing a webcomic series on my animation Aftermath and Old Man Planet. So continuing the character stories of Ash, the mutated gator boy, and Max, the cat, and the old man. So working on that as well. And then, that's basically about it. What I've got going on. So,
And Zim,
check me out.
As for me, I have got a stream tomorrow that's going to be similar to this, with probably a few other guests who just aren't on here, also talking about -0. I am also working on a short story to put on the channel, Terror from the Red Planet, along with my novella, Kaiju Quarantine. I did a new post on the Patreon showing off some shirt designs. So, yee.
Yeah. As for me, my own shilling for my channel, Dune video, it's coming out very soon. And by very soon, I mean not soon at all, but it is definitely coming out this year before the movie comes out, hopefully. My novel, actually, chapter 1 is completed. The outline is also been completed a while back. And it is up. No, it's not up on my Patreon, but news about it are up on my Patreon. I started a new series also on Patreon. You can check it out there. I've been posting there more often, and I will post there more often for those that want to subscribe. It is $1 a month, and that $1 unlocks everything because I'm just that nice. Or poor. Nice, not poor. Nice. I'm nice. Rumble. I've been debating whether I should move my music to either Spotify or just Patreon.
Wait, you make music?
Yeah, I make music.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. I've been debating, so I will post a poll both in the server and in the channel for those of you that care. Because nobody uses Rumble, so I just decided, well, maybe it's a better business strategy to move my music somewhere else. I will be posting more stuff there, and I am currently working on 2 different tracks, so stay tuned for that. You can join my server, link is in the description. And if it's not, then it's in the channel, because I keep forgetting to edit the episodes. Anyway, I'll put it there. Support me on Buy Me a Coffee. And I will see you all next time, where we will be talking about Invincible. No, we're gonna be talking about we're gonna be talking about Vince Grayson, aka Remarkable. Yeah. And